Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. And for this video, we're going to be discussing the 2015 film Bridge of Spies, starring Tom Hanks, and it was also directed by Steven Spielberg. So this was like, I think it had to be about the third or fourth movie that Tom Hanks did. It was directed by Spielberg. So it's like one of the actors, one of the few actors that have been directed that many times by Spielberg. Because usually Spielberg uses different actors for all of his movies. I guess like since both of them both stereotypical Hollywood liberals, they've done at least four movies together. At least this is the third one. The other, of course, being The Terminal, Saving Private Ryan. I think there may be one other one, and of course, Bridge of Spies. Now, Bridge of Spies, that's the movie that's loosely based on an actual true story that happened in the late 1950s and by 1960 about a prisoner exchange between the United States and the Soviet Union. And of course, the movie starts out by about the first part of the movie. It's about what Tom Hanks plays a New York lawyer named Donovan, and he gets picked to represent an accused Russian spy who was, sent here to the United States, got caught here, and he was accused of being a spy. And of course, the first part, of course, is the actual trial. And of course, Donovan, pretty much Tom Hanks is trying to say, hey, how do we know? What's the proof of that this guy is even a spy? How do we know he's even a spy? And because the Russians deny he was a spy, the Germans deny he was a spy, because allegedly he had ties for both Germany and Russia. It's kind of named Abel. He had ties to, allegedly had ties for both countries. So Tom Hanks, Donovan characters say, hey, where's the proof? I want to see the proof you have on this guy. And they, for some reason, they never provided the evidence. And of course the guy got, the spy Abel got convicted of being a spy. Now originally, the actual charge, in other words, the actual sentence was supposed to be a death sentence, like in the case of Rosenberg's. So Tom Hanks says, hey, why don't we commute the death sentence just in case that Russia has one of our guys, and we can negotiate a trade for the guy that we have for the guy that they have. This is, and at first they didn't want to go for the CIA and the judge didn't want to go for it at first, but he finagled them and said, okay, we can commute the death sentence for this guy. Of course, there were like huge protests, and somebody actually shot up Donovan's house because he had the nerve to defend the guy, number one, and number two, not to have this guy, to be sentenced for the death penalty. So, and sure enough, it was one of the first flights of the U-2 spy plane the United States had. It was flew about like 7,000 or 70,000 feet in the air. It was taking reconnaissance pictures of the Soviet Union, and they shot him down. And of course, now the Soviets have this guy. And so, of course, sure enough, just like Donovan predicted, said, hey, you have one of our guys, we're going to make this exchange. Well, the CIA picked Donovan to negotiate this trade with knowing East German. For some reason, the East Germans got involved in this thing. Because there was another American that was captured by the East Germans because of the fact that there was an American who was studying in Germany. He accidentally got over the wrong border, went from West Germany to East Germany, and he got caught and by the East Germans, and he thought he was an American spy, and he was sentenced to be executed. So now you have two guys that Tom Hanks was negotiating for. A one for two swap or 2 for 1 swap. And it said, oh, the Germans they want to agree to this thing, and then they have problems with Russia, so it's trying to finagle this whole thing. And then eventually, Uh, Eventually, it did work out, and he did get the two guys for the one guy, and the two trading the one Russian spy for the two Americans, which worked out in the end. That's pretty much how the movie is, except they got home and he bullshit his wife, saying actually going on a fishing trip for a while, and then meanwhile was actually found, or the wife found out, and so everybody else in the United States found out that Donovan worked out this deal to exchange the two Americans for this one Russian spy, who he defended. I just saw this movie over the weekend. I was very surprised. I didn't think I would like this type of movie. And I said, "Oh, I wonder who directed this thing." And I saw the credits, directed by Steven Spielberg. I said, "Damn, I didn't know Spielberg even directed this movie." If I knew, I had forgot, because I know it came out in 2015, and I believe that the guy who was playing the Russian spy, I believe he won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. I believe he did. Please write in the comments below if I'm wrong on this. And I did try to do research if the guy actually won the Best Supporting Actor award for this film, but I couldn't find any information. But I know Tom Hanks was nominated for Best Actor, but he only won twice back in the all the way back in the early 90s, so he was not going to win for a third time. I like Tom Hanks. I don't like his politics, but I like him as an actor, and he and I are both born in the same month, so of course I'm going to like Tom Hanks, and he was not. He didn't win. The movie didn't win either for Best Picture, but the film itself is not bad, especially because unfortunately most of the movie is with Tom Hanks trying to negotiate this trade. This 2-for-1 trade, these espionage type stuff. It's almost like it almost looks like a James Bond film without the violence in it, or the sexy women, or Tom Hanks drinking martinis. Even though he does drink booze in this movie from time to time, but it's almost like a James Bond movie without all the with more of a political angle instead of this diabolical villain. And I was surprised that how I like this movie. I'm very surprised by it in terms of how it played out, how the movie played out. Because what that the exchange is going to take place. I mean, there's a stretch the imagination of how the movie's going to end. You know where the ending is. They exchange the prisoners, but how they get there is, I think, is more important than what the actual ending is and how it actually worked out this deal. Like I said, Tom Hanks gave another great performance. I just wish that Tom Hanks would go back to comedy. I mean, he is a good actor. He does well in these roles, but I wish that he would go back to doing. And I can say he wants to, but go back to doing this comedy, which was his original roots before he became a dramatic actor. What he's known for now. But as a film, I think it's well made. I think people should check out Bridge of Spies. I think it's a good movie. And I do recommend anybody who grew up during that time, and during the Cold War, throughout the 50s and early 60s with the Cold War. It's a movie to be watched and reviewed and not to be missed. Do not miss this movie. So let me review of Bridge of Spies. Please click on the video, please rate it. Feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can check out all of my videos not only on my YouTube channel, but at rallyc.com. That's all WDY, and then C.com. There's a homepage to the Rally Reviewer, Chris Lee Moore. Please check out all of his content on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.